Rachel here from Process Progress at www.process-progress.com. I am your intuitive guide, brand strategist, and graphic designer for creative badasses who are ready to make their passion a priority and to share themselves with the world authentically and truthfully with a brand that is aligned with their purpose, from vision to voice to visuals. Today I am back with your new moon in Sagittarius forecast on December 18th, 2017. I missed the last full moon Tarotscope video, and that was quite a doozy of a moon, the full moon in Gemini, which was a couple weeks ago. It was pretty intense, and I was traveling, and then I got sick after I got home from my travels, and I decided to honor the moon personally and individually, and so there wasn't a forecast for the last full moon, but I am back with this new moon in Sagittarius, and I think you are going to love it so much. Sagittarius is an awesome, fiery, energetic sign, and we are in the month of Sagittarius for the zodiac. We're in Sagittarius season because the sun is also in the sign of Sagittarius, so there'll be lots of supportive energy for us here, I think. So I'm just going to say a quick prayer to tune in, and then we will dive right into the forecast. So I have my cards all shuffled and ready to go. Dear guides and angels, please be with me now as I choose cards whose messages represent the wisdom and guidance that we need to hear to honor this new moon in Sagittarius, to utilize and harness the power of its energy for the greatest and highest good of all, so that we may reflect and learn and be guided on our path of greatness. May I be your humble channel, and may I be a conduit through which you speak for the highest good of all. Okay, so let's dive in. So the first card I'm going to choose is the general energy of the moon at this time. So whatever energy is coming through for us right now to use to help us reflect and to also think about where we're at and then where we're going. So the next step. But this is the general energy coming through that's supporting us at this time with this new moon in Sagittarius. And that card is the Empress. Ooh, yes, this is awesome. So the Empress is the divine mother, the epitome of abundance and fertility and harvesting. And I have a feeling that she's showing up because as we are moving closer and closer to the end of the year, we are beginning to see the benefits and the results and the outcomes of all the work that we've put in the whole year, but especially in the last few months, especially since the eclipse in August. We've been working extra hard. And also now that we are in a period of Mercury in retrograde where we're not guided to, or we're not advised to dive into new things, the Empress is a really great opportunity for us to dive into what we already have going on or what we may have already started, and to find all of the goodness and the treasures and the benefits there. So I feel like the Empress is really asking us to find the abundance within our own backyards, to see what we already have growing in our gardens, and to really take notice of that and be aware of what blossoms we're starting to see on the different goals and paths and ideas that we have going for us at this time. So she is such a beautiful energy, and I think the energy of Sagittarius is really supporting this in the expansion of our abundance growing right now. So let's give thanks for her. Thank you, Empress, for showing up for us now. And the next card I'm going to choose is what we need to be aware of, what there might be obstacles or challenges at this time for us. And this card is going to represent a little bit more insight into what those could be for us now. So that card is the Eight of Wands. And this card has showed up for us before, the Eight of Wands. And I think before it showed up as a general energy. So it meant that things were moving quickly and fast and creatively, like lots of action. The wands represent action. So this Eight of Wands, you can clearly see a lot of movement is happening, and these wands are starting to bud. So it makes sense when we pair it with Miss Empress over here, but because I pulled this card in the challenges and obstacles position, we want to be aware of moving too fast. Now, there was a card from one of our previous moons that said, don't get too caught up in all of your ideas. You know, don't put all your eggs in one basket. And I think the Eight of Wands is warning us that, you know, this is a time to slow down. We're in like winter. We're in a period of the season where we are not making much movement. We are hibernating, and we are discovering our existing abundance with the Empress. So the Eight of Wands is saying, don't move too fast right now. We are Mercury Retrograde, so you know, it is okay to hold off. Where you do want to go make moves is in the things that you've already got going on, the things that you've already started. You'll be able to make movement there. But when it comes to new ventures, new ideas, you can be thinking about them, you can be planning them, but hold off on the taking action of those things until we are in a more favorable time, like after Mercury is done with its retrograde. So that's in the challenge position, the Eight of Wands, which is cool. So it represents that there is movement that may be happening. That was my computer making a noise. But if you feel the urge to like take lots of action right now, just think again, or you still might decide to take that action. Like, that's totally your choice. You have the free will to do that. But I want you to be thinking about which actions are favorable for you right now, and which are being asked to wait. So that is the Eight of Wands. And then finally, now that we've seen that information come through, what is a practical, tangible guidance step that we can take for the next step? So what can I do with all of this now? Now moving forward, how can I put into practice this knowledge and this information for this period of the new moon? And that card is the Seven of Swords. So this card is very interesting because it relates a lot, I feel, to what's happening with the Eight of Wands in the challenges position. I think that the Seven of Swords is asking us to be very calculated in our thinking, to be very strategic, to think about the execution of our plan moving forward, and then to simplify it a little bit. The Seven of Swords is kind of representing this deception or this trickery involved around us, and I feel like that relates a lot to the energy. You know, our minds may think that something is good and the way to go, and we may be guided towards a certain something, and we move forward with it, and then in hindsight we see that like the thing didn't go the way that we had planned, but we didn't know that when we were doing the thing. And so I feel like this card is showing up as a warning for the possibility that that might happen. You know, the possibility that things aren't quite what they seem, or things are not going to play out as you think they're going to play out. So this reinforces that idea of just wait. Wait and see how things take shape. Because once you start getting all caught up in all of the things that you're carrying, you could drop the ball, or something unexpected could happen and it changes the whole plan. So this forecast as a whole is very much about being super aware and just kind of like being super aware and still being able to like plan and go with your plans as you had planned them out, but also like leaving room for flexibility and for unexpected information, events, etc. to happen. Like I feel like this card represents like throwing a wrench in the plan. And it's almost as if we are the people back here who have gotten stolen from by this guy. Because now we're like, well, we're 7 swords down now. What are we going to do? So it feels like the energy is very much like, I'm going to take 7 swords from you. And we're back here going, oh, okay, well, that changes the whole plan now. So with the combination of the Empress sitting pretty, you know, sit still, counting all of our ducks in a row, patience. And then with the Eight of Wands in the challenge position, advising us to, again, wait. We know you want to take action. We know you want to do lots of things, but just hold on, because this might happen. We might have a monkey or a wrench in the system. I don't know what the phrase is. But so overall, I think that this moon and the energy coming through is asking us to really just be aware of where we're at. Be aware of what we have. Be aware of all of the abundance and bounty that is showing up for us, and continue to launch our desires out there, continue to desire, continue to create and set goals and plan for those things. And even if you do have a plan, still follow through with what you've set up for yourself and the plans that you set up for yourself. But just to be cautious, because there are energies that aren't exactly favorable for us to take a lot of concrete action right now because of Mercury in retrograde. So that is the forecast, the Tarotscope forecast for the new moon in Sagittarius on December 18th, 2017. I hope you enjoyed this forecast, and if you are interested in diving deeper into your personalized forecast for this new moon, or for any time, any area of your life you are looking to dive deeper into and see what energy is coming through for you on your own path, I would love to connect with you in a tarot session. I do one-on-one readings, which are personalized for your specific journey, and they are so much fun. So if you are interested in booking a session with me, please see the links below in the description video, or the description. And if you have any thoughts about this forecast, you have anything coming up for you, you have questions about the tarot or the moon, please let me know. Leave a comment below. Give me a thumbs up if you like this forecast, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye.